it's Hans at happierman.com. Today's topic is you control you and others. Well, if you get onto my website at happierman.com, or if you read my book, Leave Your Wife and Become a Happier Man with a 3-step system, or look at any of my other YouTube videos or the information articles I've written, there's a lot of it has to do with focusing on you. What can you do to help your life? So I'm all about what focusing on you and how you control you. But let's just take it a step further. You control you and others. Obviously, that's the way I believe. If you read some of my articles, that I am in total control of myself, and that I can influence the people around me positively to make my life nicer than it already is. And that's kind of the point. And I got that idea. I wanted to talk about it, expand on it a little bit more. I was just listening to a podcast from Scott Adams. Scott Adams is famous as the comedic writer for Dilbert. He created that cartoon, and he's got a couple of books I've read, and he's very active on podcasting and blogging and writing, and he's kind of out there as a guy who's really, let's say, trying to help. And you should definitely look him up and get some of his help. But he just had a nice article or podcast, and then he does something where he podcasts and is on his screen too, and then he'll have a screen. But I mostly just listen to his podcast afterwards. And there's one, I linked to it on my website. It had to do with a winning frame versus a losing frame, meaning how you frame the world, how you see the world, and how a person with a winning frame will win and a person with a losing frame will lose. And not so much in the winning, in the game sense between each other, but a person with a winning frame will have success, and a person with a losing frame will not have success. So he says it so wonderfully well, and basically the person with the losing frame will look out in the world, and there'll be people acting in ways that they don't like and making them upset. And in some cases, they may be so upset they cope by doing things wrong to themselves. And a person with a winning frame will not worry, so will not let what other people are doing affect them negative, even if what they're doing is negative in their mind. They'll just say, I'm going to control what I do. I'm going to influence the people around me to be better to me, and I'm going to enjoy that, and I'm going to continually reinforce that. I'll do what I do, influence people positively, they'll be nice to me. So you'll do things like, well, if you're nice to people, they'll be nice to you. If you work hard and get a good job and take care of yourself, you're not a burden on others, they'll appreciate that. If you make positive steps to improve your life, exercise and eat properly, get proper rest, that affects you positively, that makes you more healthy, that's a good thing, right? It's just, you do good things for yourself and others. As you do good things for yourself, you get better. As you do good things to others, they treat you nicely. You get a college degree, people offer you work, you get skilled and get other skills, you make more money, it's easier to pay your bills. It goes on and on and on. Whereas on the converse, if you have a losing frame, you look at all of that and say, well, that's not how it works. My mother gave me a hard time growing up. Obviously, I'm going to have a bad life. Huh? Isn't that exactly how people with a losing frame it? I came from a poor neighborhood. I'm going to remain poor or stay in a life and be in a life of crime. That's the losing versus the winning. You would be better off going with the winning side. And we see this all the time, right? Great athletes come from these bad neighborhoods and broken homes, and they excel, and they make a great life for themselves. They didn't let that background hold them back from having a great life. Now, you're going to have to take this a step further, because not everybody from a bad upbringing is going to be a great athlete or a superstar musician or actor, right? You might have to just be happy with, let's say, the normal avenues. Normally, you get yourself educated and you go to work and you make something of yourself. And you can always make upgrades as you go throughout your life. You can always be changing your jobs to make yourself go higher and higher, right? That's kind of the bootstrapping method that works so well for so many people. It's always worked, and it always will. You start from where you're at. If you start low, well, you just build and climb, and you think positively, and you don't let the negative situations that surround you get you down. That's the winning mindset versus the losing mindset. It's so clear when I think of how my kids are versus one of their relatives, how the relative has that losing mindset, and my kids have this winning mindset. They're thinking about life properly. They're impacting the people around them positively. They're getting the people to treat them the way they want to be treated. They're not putting up with poor treatment from others. They're working hard, working on their goals, making a lot of forward progress. I myself am doing the same thing. When I was married, it was like my wife was this huge negative influence on me, and I couldn't seem to impact her in a way to be nice to me. So the only way for me to have a good life was to leave her. And then it's all laid out in my book, Leave Your Wife and Become a Happier Man, with a 3-step system. Because leaving your wife is like a massive undertaking, and you might need some guidance from that book before you embark on that journey. But getting back to you and how you affect you and others, well, that leaving my wife, that affected me. And the moment I left her, my life started getting better. And that's, let's say, the short story on how to start a great life is, if something is really, really, really negative in your life, you want to get away from that. Take charge of your life by doing whatever it takes to stop dealing with this negative and make the changes necessary. So let's say I left my wife. I've changed jobs 3 different times in this time frame, and each time it's been for the better. And then every time the more I do good things for myself, the better my life gets. And this should seem obvious, but the obvious escapes some people. They somehow think that, well, I'm married to this person and they treat me bad, but since I'm married, I can't leave her. Well, that's the losing mentality. The winning mentality is, this person treats me badly, I'm going to leave and give myself a chance for some happiness. And you'll give that other person a chance for some happiness too, right? They're not happy with you. There's something wrong with the relationship. Maybe by you leaving, that'll give that person a chance to have some happiness too. But at a minimum, you got to look out for yourself, focusing on you affecting you. So give that idea some thought. I know that will help you. All for now.